Now we are joined from Tehran by Asia One's bureau chief Anas Mallick with senior analyst Ali K. Ladar. Thank you so much for joining us here tonight. And Anas, what do you have to tell us about the current situation and any new updates, please?
Well, Pauline, it's been an eventful day here in Tehran. The funeral, millions showed up. What you see behind me, the scenes like this, they will continue up until tomorrow. I have senior analyst, geopolitical analyst Ali Aliadar joining us here. Thank you so much for taking out time and speaking to Asia One. You've been here. What does this mean for the people of Iran?
This is a symbol of glory for Iran, one of pride, of course one of mourning. They're sad to have lost the late martyred leader, Imam Khamenei, rahmatullah alayh. However, the way his blood brought about strategic military success in front of the so-called world superpower and its proxy state Israel, two nuclear powers, it rallied the people around the flag. That was the cost of Imam Khamenei's blood was high, but it fed the tree of resistance for Iran. It was water for the tree of resistance, for the tree of resilience, for the tree of unity, for the tree of faith, and for the tree of patriotism. This resistance and resilience had its effects all the way until Lebanon. The axis of resistance and allies of Iran stood next to Iran. This included Yemen. It included many in Pakistan and in Afghanistan. Many in Bahrain rallied. The major population centers of Bahrain rallied behind Iran. Therefore, it was an unbelievable event, a sad event, but look how the people have rallied around the flag. And this is every night. Now maybe you, Mr. Anas, have arrived from Pakistan and you see these events, but we've been watching these events for 70, 80 nights. Almost all the major squares, the major roundabouts of Tehran, Isfahan, Mashhad, Tabriz have borne witness to this international unity of the Iranians. So obviously we are proud. The MOU, which was a culmination of, I think, Iranian retaliation and strength and Pakistani mediation, was a show, is proof that Iran won this war strategically, as that MOU was also, it stipulated Iranian demands mostly in it. So obviously we are proud.
Ali, you interestingly mentioned with regards to the blood of the supreme leader, we're seeing red flags here. What does that mean? And if there's talk, because at the Musalla we heard a lot of anti-America sloganeering, anti-Israel sloganeering. I understand that's part of the social fabric as well. But at a time when there are negotiations, and amidst that negotiations, we're hearing such sloganeering. Is it more sentimental, or is it more realistic, or would it be detrimental to the ongoing process?
I think, well, as Iranians are a majority Shia country, there are two colors that are a symbol of Shia flags. Perhaps three. One is the black flag, which is one of mourning. It's internationally recognized. One is the green flag, which is also a symbol of Imam Hussein. And one is the red flag, which Iranians have been carrying since the Safavi days and the days of basically paying homage and respect to Imam Hussein. But the red flag has a certain meaning about it. It's vengeance towards the people who killed Imam Hussein. Said Ali Khamenei, rahmatullah alayh, is the great-grandson of Imam Hussein and Imam Ali alayhi salam. Symbolically, perhaps this is a call of the people to ask for vengeance. Iran did carry out vengeance, in my opinion. Their strategic success on the field was vengeance enough, a fist enough, in the mouth of imperialism, in the mouth of American adventurism, American war crimes, Israeli war crimes. It was the only force that stood in front of these hegemonic, cruel, evil ambitions. Unlike many of the other Arab states in the Persian Gulf region, I won't name exact names, but a lot of them have become or had became vassal states for American interests. I think even they woke up that aligning with their neighbors is perhaps a better source of stability for even the region, aligning with countries like Pakistan and Iran, who have hundreds and thousands of years, and almost a millennium of relationship with the GCC states, to avoid falling into the trap of settler colonial states like Israel and the American imperial ambitions. Therefore, the red flag, many in the streets are saying that they're still calling for vengeance for Imam Khamenei's blood. They still feel unsatisfied. So the Americans must be aware, if they want to follow a path of volatility, if they want to continue to divert from the MOU that was orchestrated, mediated by Pakistan, you're dealing with the people who still are not satisfied with their vengeance. So I think you should appease these people, not drift away from their rights, because you were the aggressor during the war. The Americans were the aggressor. The Iranians only defended themselves and retaliated, but retaliated fiercely, effectively, and it culminated in a strategic victory, a geo-economic victory. The Strait of Hormuz is clearly under Iranian supervision and control, and that means they control the global energy markets. Therefore, Iran holds huge leverage. The red flag, as you said, is a symbol, but it's a symbol of vengeance as well. So Iranian enemies, the people sitting across the table from Iran, should be wary that the country is still mourning and still not satisfied with the vengeance already achieved.
Last question before I let you go. What would be the next steps, and how difficult or challenging would it be for the next steps for the new supreme leader, Ayatollah Mujtaba Khamenei? He has not been seen in public. Would he be having a public acceptance? Yes, people are here. Right now they're accepting, but perhaps it is out of emotions, or it could be out of emotions. But would his decisions also be reflected to the acceptance? If you can reflect on the challenges with regards to the decision making, and then onwards towards the bigger goal, towards the bigger picture, that is the Iranian foreign policy.
Sure. So the Iranian constitution was very clear on the handover of power. That's why you had a relatively swift handover to Mr. Mujtaba Khamenei. The Iranian constitution stipulated and called for a structure of having initially a council of three, where you had Mr. Pezeshkian, the head of the judiciary, I think the head of the parliament as well at that time, and then the Guardian Council and another council that chooses the supreme leader based on his merits, both in terms of education, his religious merits, and obviously his merits in taking the country forward and being on top of these councils of governance. This handover was swift. The people did honor Mr. Mujtaba Khamenei. They did pledge allegiance to Mr. Mujtaba Khamenei on various occasions, even after his announcement as the new supreme leader. Obviously, in terms of decision makings, you have seen Iran, the system of governance, the military system was intact. It showed it. The system of politics and governments was intact enough to send competent dignitaries to the mediation that Pakistan had, whether in Islamabad or Switzerland. So obviously their system of governance was intact. Their economy is intact because they've been under brutal sanction regime for decades, so they know how to deal with an economy during a time of conflict. Now, the appearance of Mr. Mujtama Khamenei is not so necessary at this point. I think the people, the common man on the streets of Iran, also is wary and wants to look out for the safety of the supreme leader. We are dealing with diabolical aims of Israel and their Greater Israel project. A government and a regime in Israel that has no more moral clarity. In fact, they're morally bankrupt. We've seen what they've done to children, women and children in Gaza, leaders in Palestine and Gaza, leaders in Lebanon and Beirut and southern Lebanon. Same with Yemen, same with Syria, same with Iran. So when we're dealing with this diabolical rogue nation, Israel, and their actions in the past, Iran are taking the necessary precautions to make sure that Mujtaba Khamenei stays strong, and when the time is right, I think he will show himself. But for now, Iran is intact. They've succeeded militarily. Their goals were achieved. On the other hand, none of the Israeli goals or the American goals were achieved. So I don't think it's of necessity. People already have enough confidence, and he's addressed the nation a couple of times with important letters, which people take seriously. Ongoing, I think there will be steps will be made to have him announce or address the people.
Right. Thank you so much, Mr. Ali,
much.
for taking the time speaking to Asia One. You heard that, Pauline, from the ground. We'd see scenes like these quite a lot in the coming days, not just limited to Tehran, but in Qom, in Mashhad, in Najaf, in Iraq, in Karbala. The message from the ground is that Iran is united. Iran is under the able leadership of the new supreme leader. They have their trust, and to top it all, they say that vengeance is something that people have been asking for. Back to the studio.
Well, thank you, Anas. And also, there is this emotion that we could feel what Ali Eladar said, unbelievable but sad event. And thanks for reporting on this and updating us here